Hi, I'm Gieun and I'm a first-year student at UCL Economics. I've done the personal research on how the government measures to control the house price in Seoul have shown their effectiveness. In order to find out the effect, I took some different methodology. Firstly, I predicted a house price after the government policy, which include increasing the tax on houses and also restricting amount of loan that people can borrow. This will reduce the demand and shift the demand curve to the left, and this will cause the price level of house in Seoul to go down. However, I wanted to find the empirical evidence that the government policies were effective. Therefore, I decided to choose Seoul as treatment group and five other cities as control group to find out the effect of the government policies. If they're to be effective, the beta 3 in the estimator, difference in difference estimator, would be negative, showing the negative correlation between the average house price index and the government policy measures. However, the result was exactly the opposite. When the government policies were taken, which is in August 2017, the difference between the house price index was only zero point 0.3. However, after when the government policies were taken, the difference between the house price in Seoul and five major cities has gone up. In fact, the house price in Seoul was increasing more rapidly than other five cities. The coefficient of beta 3 was 6, which is a high and positive. So therefore, it be concluded that the House policies measure taken in 2017 was not effective. However, there are some limitations in my estimator and model. Firstly, I assume a common time trend, which meaning that if the government policy did not take in place, the difference between the average house price in five major cities and Seoul would have remained the same, which is not necessarily true since there are other sequel policies taken after 2017. Also, I assume that there's no compositional change, that people will not move out from Seoul or move into Seoul after the government policy taken. However, this is also true since there are a lot of people sold house in Seoul and moved out to different cities to buy the house in order to avoid the negative effect that the government policies have the house price. Lastly, there can be the time lag. To conclude, although there is a significant statistical evidence that the government policies were not effective, however, it would be difficult to conclude that there was no government policies effect on the house price in Seoul either. Therefore, the further investigation to measure the effect of time lag and the thorough understanding of what other variables might have taken a role in controlling this whole house price will be important.